Hi Woodfolk, my name is Gul'dan. Today we're going to be counting down 10 very useful add-ons for World of Warcraft. Now these aren't specific to raiding or PvP, there'll be videos for, that kind of stuff soon, but instead these add-ons are just, generally for everything that happens in between. Whether it's, just improving the map, doing certain tasks automatically, or helping you make money. Anyway, let's jump in. The first add-on I have for you is PREMADE Filter. You may have been in that situation where you're scrolling down a PREMADE finder, and about 90% of the groups are full on your, in your current role, which will obviously be DPS most of the time. So it's just a little bit of a pain to find the correct group. It can take quite a while. Some of the groups may not even, be doing a specific raid or dungeons that you want to do. So this add-on is very simply going to make the process much easier and less time consuming. There are also, a few changes to the interface of this add-on which make things, just a little bit clearer. There will also be a little noise notification that will tell you when new groups are created or when a new person has applied to your own group, so you obviously just won't miss a thing. There's also an automatic refresh function that works in the background, so overall a very useful add-on to get. The next add-on is a complete map overhaul add-on, very professionally made, which makes the map feel basically more like Google Maps, which in ways makes the map less immersive. It feels a lot less like getting a dusty tome out of your backpack with Middle Earth on it, but if you're not really bothered by things like that, then you're probably going to like this add-on. The add-on makes the map more interesting to use, I'd say, since you can use a scroll wheel on the mouse to zoom in and out, which is pretty cool. The map will also change when you zoom, so, like for instance, you'll be looking at the entire Eastern Kingdoms, then you zoom in with the mouse on the Badlands, and the map will just change and become a more detailed map of the Badlands. It's also very useful, also has a lot of useful information built into the add-on, so you might not need to get, other map add-ons which add certain information. It will have mining nodes, and it also has the ability to show you where basically the closest mailbox or repair vendor is if you basically just command it to. For our third add-on, this is especially useful for group leaders, basically to find out the liars when it comes to applying for a group, and the add-on is called Examiner. The add-on provides a more detailed version of the inspection window with its own little tabs to keep everything organised. You can, check out extra information like the number of gems or enchants a player has to basically check out how professional they are and how good they are and whether they're worthy to join the group. You can also have, just a little nosy at their professions, their stats and their highest arena rating, so people can't lie that they have 2,399 rating or have gained that rating with just by linking the 2200 achievement rating. You can also, store people's inspection windows to just take a little look at them later, which I guess can have its uses. And also the functionality to set up an inspection keybind just to save a little bit of time. And lastly, there is a very powerful achievement inspector where you can filter out the crap basically and very quickly and precisely check out whether a person has all the correct achievements that you're looking for, like every boss defeated in a raid or something. Crap Away is our next add-on with a very simple feature that automatically sells all of your grey quality items to a vendor whenever you visit a vendor, so you never have to consciously do it, which is kind of nice. I mean, and there is, quite a lot of expensive trash loot in Legion, and I'm finding that every time I go to repair my armor, I'm completely paying it off just by selling trash loot. So, this add-on, you won't even feel the burden of selling items in your inventory just so you can pay away your repair bill. But to be honest, you won't anyway because it's not vanilla anymore. But yeah, just as a side note, just always remember to loot the trash in dungeons or out in the world because it will give you a bit of money and basically pay off all of your repairs and transmog costs. Have you ever found it a little bit tedious to constantly click between the disenchant spell and the piece of gear subject to be disenchanted into pixie dust? Then MOLINARI is the perfect add-on for you, since it will make enchanting, disenchanting, milling, prospecting and lockpicking a much less tedious and efficient process by giving you the ability to use a keybind for literally everything. The add-on will also have adds a little feature to the interface to it has this cool looking glowing effect that circles all your reagents just so you can very easily navigate your bags to the items that you want to disenchant. Now this next add-on I've already recommended in my guides on farming gear and artifact power quickly, and that is simply Handy Notes, which is a mandatory add-on for anybody exploring the world to find artifact power or rare mobs, since the add-on will give you the exact location of every single rare mob in the game and the location of every single treasure in the game. It'll also provide a little tooltip for whenever you hover over a marker on your map, telling you basically, for instance, what piece of gear dropped from that particular rare mob, or what artifact power item is in the chest, and exactly how much artifact power that item gives. And some treasures, you know, give pretty hefty rewards, so it's worth inspecting the map with this add-on installed to find out where the big rewards are, and you know, just basically go farming. It will also display information on which treasures and rares give class order resources, so it's useful for when you're farming that resource. And lastly, you can add your own notes, you know, for hidden things that you find and discover on your travels. And yeah, but basic, you know, little things that the add-on hasn't picked up on, or things, you know, maybe a quest mob, like maybe the first time you go through all the quests in Legion, you want to leave little notes where all the quest mobs actually are, you know, because it might not be. You might want to leave a little note just to remind you that, oh, this mob is upstairs, or this mob is downstairs, this mob is underground in a cave somewhere around. And it's just a little, you know, little bit of another useful feature. For our 7th add-on, we have a very popular add-on that I'm sure many of you already have installed, that is Atlas Loot. But I will talk about some new things in Atlas Loot that you may have overlooked. Atlas is a very old add-on which I was using as far back as vanilla, and it very simply gives you a database for every single piece of loot in the game. Like for instance, which bosses drop certain loot, where to get profession recipes, loot from world events, and faction rewards. There's also been this new feature introduced called the dressing room, where you can basically search. Basically what you do is you search for pieces of gear, and you press Control click, and it obviously appears in that dressing room. But with Atlas Loot installed, it will save them into the dressing room so you can check them out later. I mean, for instance, I have like a really cool crossmog from Firelands saved into my dressing room, so that I like don't forget what it looks like, you know, and someday I'll probably go and farm it. You can also conduct a search for specific loot, because it will all probably be there in the add-on, you know, the add-ons database somewhere. And you can also, you know, make your own wish lists. You can make your own wish list to organise the transmogs you basically want to farm. Now, have you ever felt the overwhelming tedious pain of logging out to disable or re-enable add-ons? Well, luckily there is a very useful and small, simple add-on called Add-on Control Panel. Simply all you have to do is type /ACP in the chat, and it'll bring up a window. I don't know what the hell of a kind of accent that was. Basically bring up a window where you can easily just disable the add-ons which are bugged out, you know, for some reason, as they often do sometimes. Or there's a particular add-on that you only need in certain situations, but you want to disable it so it doesn't clog up your interface while you're not using it. Yeah, definitely, definitely something that you need to get. My second to last add-on is great for people who post a lot of auctions, and it's called Postal. And I'm not talking about the video game, I'm talking about a simple add-on that adds certain useful and time-saving features to the mailbox, like for instance the glorious Open All feature, which temporarily makes you feel like you're using some kind of gold generator. Another thing I really like about this add-on is how it will automatically give you the correct name of your aura. Jesus Christ, this isn't Harry Potter. Name of your other characters whenever you're sending mail. I mean, I accidentally sent an epic BOE item with a lot of gold to the wrong person because I basically put an extra G in the name when I was typing it in the mailbox. It was extremely embarrassing. Luckily I got it all returned to me because that particular character hadn't been online for a while. It will also automatically give you the names of your guildmates or people on your friend list, so it's literally impossible to accidentally send mail to the wrong person and then have to contact a GM and embarrass yourself. And lastly, I have the add-on gatherer. Lastly have the add-on called Gatherer. Jesus Christ, this script. I just when I'm writing scripts, I miss out words all the time. It's just really frustrating. Basically, when you mine a node with the Gatherer add-on, it will save its location. But that's basically the rookie way to use the add-on, to be honest. What you want to do is download a data attachment to the add-on, which automatically adds all the node locations to your map, so you don't have to go, you know, out and find them yourself, which obviously overall is massively going to help you farm materials, especially when you've got a profession that links to that material that you need to farm, or you know it's early expansion, you just want to farm as much crap as possible to make as much gold as possible. Anyway lads, that's it from me. Be sure to check out the video link in the description for similar videos and more add-on guides. My name is the Meta Goblin, and until my next video, ciao.